Is there a single avalanche?
There is one,
Yeah.
but it's very anticlimactic.
Yeah. I had an avalanche, but
because like it happens,
boring.
And then but you automatically are fine. The wordage even is like miraculously you're fine.
Yeah.
And
the avalanche is the snow version of quicksand. You have to have a big scene to go with it, but
I know
you have to be buried alive.
Avalanches are the quicksand of snow.
Yeah, it's a quicksand.
Is what a direct Betsy Bird quote.
That's the taken away from this entire podcast.
Well, beware and warning, and welcome everybody to Choose Your Own Book Club. This is a podcast all about the Choose Your Own Adventure book. So my name is Peter. I'm a librarian.
Mm-hmm. My name's Abby. I'm also a librarian.
And so today, we're not only talking about a very special book, but knock, knock, who's that at our...
Who's that
at the front door of our podcast? Let me open it open. Creak. Door sound effect.
Pigeons. I'm just kidding.
A high-tech podcast.
So we have a very special guest. She is a blogger. She's a podcaster. She's an author. She is a library celebrity, which is very rare.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're a library celebrity. You're giving me a face.
There's so few library celebrities.
There's Nancy Pearl. She got an action figure. I have not reached action figure levels yet of librarians.
Sure.
Well, I mean, like shoot for the stars.
Oh no!
Even
if you're bar, so yeah, gotta crawl my way up there.
So we have Betsy Bird on our podcast.
Yay, Betsy Bird!
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on to our very stupid show. This is a huge honor for us.
Welcome, and we're sorry that
we're sorry ahead of time.
This is so what I would prefer to do with my time. So
good. So Betsy, what is your experience or relationship with these books? Did you read them as a kid?
Oh, sure. I mean, that was the heyday when I was a kid. It was the heyday of, I think we're supposed to say pick your path books because choose your own adventure is a copyright term, so we're not supposed to use that.
Well, we do anyway. It's fine.
We haven't been sued yet.
It wasn't just choose your own adventure. I mean, I did read a ton of these.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, there were like other brands that were out there. There was a time traveling brand where you had to I remember one where you had to help Harriet Tubman free her husband. That was a whole thing. And then there was one where you went back to Roman times. So there was, and there were more than one. The Zork books, my husband still has those. There was because remember the Zork video games, they actually made Pick Your Path books.
Okay.
That were Zork, which were very similar in size to this and maybe even font. But yeah, so there was also those. So yeah, and I read those, but my heart belonged to Choose Your Own Adventure, which was the brand. I mean, that was the ones you got, and you just read as many as you could. You didn't necessarily have to own them. You just read a whole bunch of them. So
right.
You just got them from somebody,
Yeah, we did that. We had a lot of trading going along.
Yes.
And my friends were kind of weird, so we had a whole trading system based around Trixie Belden books. I don't know if you know Trixie Belden.
Yeah.
She was like a knockoff Nancy Drew, but she was so much cooler than Nancy Drew.
Right.
So we traded Trixie Belden books and Choose Your Own Adventure books and a couple other things.
Nice. So which Choose Your Own Adventures do you remember vividly?
Oh, I'm trying to remember if I read the one that we'll be discussing today back in the day, and I think I would have remembered this one.
This one's memorable.
It sure is. Sure as heck is. I remember there was a haunted house one.
Yes, that was Mr. Tribby Rock.
Yeah, I liked anything that had to do with the spooky, scary stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one that mostly sticks with me.
So do you know anything about the history of Choose Your Own Adventure books, Betsy?
Boy, I think, what was it? It was 5 or 6 years ago. There was a bunch of articles out about Their origin?
Yes.
I don't remember very well. No, what their origin is.
So there was two main authors. There was Montgomery and there was Packard. And so we definitely favor one author over the other. So I don't
and
think
it's not this one.
We didn't even. Well, thank you for spelling that out. But we didn't even say what the book is. So we're reading The Abominable Snowman, which is the 13th book overall, but it's the first book with the re-release. So back in the early 90s, Bantam Books, they dropped the series, and then Montgomery picked up the copyright, and he only re-released his own books.
Oh. Well played there, sir.
So, yes. So I don't know if there was a falling out between him and Packard. It's never really specifically said.
No.
But he only re-released his own books because he only had the copyright to his own books, it would seem. And so Packard has tried to re-release a couple of his books, seemingly unsuccessfully, because he doesn't have ownership of the Choose Your Own Adventure brand. Packard only has ownership of his own books.
Right.
And Montgomery only has his books plus the branding.
Huh.
So this is the first book out of the re-releases, and I feel this is a weird one to start with.
I feel like kids really like cryptids, though, so it makes sense that you would go with like this as like the, hey guys, I'm going to try to grab this audience. Here's a Yeti. Woo! It's a hairy guy.
Hairy guy.
Here's a hairy guy. Want to go up in the mountains and look for hairy men? Woohoo! Well, I do.
There's a lot of Yetis in this, but there's not a whole lot of like adventure in this.
I'm just curious because, wait, Betsy, did you read the original one or the re-release one?
Oh, that's what I was checking just now. No, I have read the 2006 version where it has a little ad in the back for going to now in ebooks, 20 titles available for your favorite e-reader. And then it has
like, have that.
Oh yeah, and it's got like a little like fascinating kind of like red string on the wall grid of
like a conspiracy board of like
I don't even know how an ebook of this would work. So yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But I think that's partially why these books don't translate the best into like a modern medium, because they're just so hard to do in like an ebook form.
Right.
Because you're not going to want to scroll like to the page.
How am I supposed to stick my fingers in the pages to get that choice if
exactly.
It doesn't make any sense? That's just, Also, do you guys in the back have this thing that says, in this book, Secret Lands Visited, 3, Cat-like Aliens, 4, Dancing Yeti, 5, Mountain Peaks, 6.
No.
I had that for one of my other re-releases.
Also, and surely you had this. I just have page after page of blank book, like pages that just says Adventurer's Log.
No.
They're just
so you can take
endless
notes.
Pages. They're just trying to fill space. I don't know what to do. I'm like, was I supposed to be taking notes?
I guess so.
Well, there is a test at the end of this podcast.
Jeez. No, I'm reading the original one with illustrations by Paul Granger. And so sometimes we've found, Betsy, that from the original publication to the re-release ones, the storylines can be just drastically different, or they can be pretty much the same.
They're usually the same, except for Mystery of the Maya, we found out.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet that
drastically different.
Yeah.
And sometimes they will like take out some like what was the one that we read where
they'll take out some offensive language but not other aspects.
So so I'm curious to see if my old school copy here will be
I must have made changes, particularly when dealing with people living in the Himalayas.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Because there were some things that happened that I was like, I don't know if that's a child appropriate thing.
Well, then let's get right into it. With our first segment is Choose Your Own Summary. So, Abby, you are going to summarize this book.
Okay.
In 60 seconds or less, but you're going to choose how you want to summarize it.
Okay.
So, option 1 is you have to do mountain climbers the exercise. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh my God, yes.
For a minute.
I don't want to do that. That's terrible.
Well, okay.
What a horrible suggestion. Exercise? Oh my gosh. Who am I? Arnold Schwarzenegger? That's terrible.
All librarians are jacked the time.
No.
No, that is true, actually. No.
Well, fair enough. Otherwise, option 2 is, do you remember back in the day there were the Ricola commercials?
Yeah, those are good.
So you're going to have to describe the book only using the Ricola phrase. So you would do, in this book, you're a guy. You have to do it like that.
That will not get old anytime soon.
Oh my gosh.
So you have 2 options, Abby.
Oh, I hate
Wide open.
both of these options. I'll do the voice on the mountaintop. Okay.
Perfect. All right. So the 60 seconds starts. Now go.
I learned how to mountain climb in a school.
This is going so well.
I guess I was a child, but I don't really understand it. I had a friend named Carlos. Carlos got lost in Nepal. Sorry.
I'm taking my headphones. It was way too loud.
Doing well so far.
I guess I have to go and try to find Carlos, but also yetis. How much more time do I have? Because that's kind of it. So I have to find Carlos.
That's fine. It was 38 seconds. I couldn't take any more of it.
Yeah, no. Oh, it was. My ears are bleeding, but it's cool.
So let's just get into this book. So it felt very typical Montgomery prose, where it was very short sentence structure, and basically like 5-7 words a sentence, very simple sentences until he has like one run-on sentence, and then it's back to simple sentences. So you're a mountain climber, and 3 years ago you spent the summer at a climbing school in the mountains of Colorado. Have you ever gone to climbing school, Betsy?
I have not.
Oh,
my husband does the rock climbing thing, but no.
Okay. Did he go to climbing school?
I don't know.
Okay. Did he major in climbing?
No.
With a minor in
mountaineering.
Goat.
Exactly. Mountain goats.
Or I was going to say economics.
Oh, business. It's always good to have business as a fallback thing, I think.
So you're in a climbing school in Colorado. Your instructors said you have natural skills as a climber. So you make rapid progress, and by the end of the summer, you are leading difficult rock and ice climbs. That summer you meet a boy named Carlos. So this book doesn't specifically say that you are a kid.
It doesn't.
But you befriend a kid. So
you kind of look like a kid.
You have the old school illustrations. Yeah. So you have. Yeah, you definitely look like a kid in your illustrations.
I'm wearing short pants, so
and it looks like galoshes too, like wellies.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, do you see yourself in the new illustrations? Do you see Carlos?
No, in the new illustrations you don't. In the new illustrations, you very rarely see yourself.
Yeah.
Because they try to keep it more ambiguous.
And usually it's from the back if you do see yourself. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Or there was a space one where you see yourself, but obviously you have like a big like space helmet on. So they try to keep it more ambiguous for a wider audience, as opposed to the 80s where the text is ambiguous, but the pictures often aren't.
Yeah.
You're a kid, most likely.
Probably.
You're a mountain expert, and you befriend Carlos.
I'm a child who leads difficult rock and ice climbs.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to have a job.
It is. Child labor, really an overlooked workforce. So
I mean, honestly, they didn't think about this particular job now, did they? So
no. Kids are small. They can fit into really tight spaces. Send them into the crevasse.
One word, crevices. Little tiny fingers. Grab right in there.
Right? And they're slippery. Have you ever tried to pick up a kid who doesn't want to be picked up?
Right.
There is just no way. They're going to wiggle out of your
slide right out of your hands. Yeah.
Noodle.
Absolutely.
And so that's good for climbing?
Yes. Especially if you have to try to wiggle through a glacier. Something. I mean, yeah.
That's how glaciers work.
That's your really good noise. I love it. So one night on an expedition, you meet another mountain climber named Franz.
Yes, you do.
And so Franz is
one of the Ricola guys.
And so he tells you about the Yeti. Mm-hmm. So the Yeti are a huge beast, perhaps a cross between a gorilla and a human. People cannot agree what it is. So Carlos asks, is the Yeti dangerous? And Francis shrugs. He says, some say it is. Other people say the Yeti are very gentle, and no one's seen one, ever. So Franz, from there on in, just leaves the book. You never see him again. But then from there, you and Carlos are determined to find a Yeti. So even though you're expert mountaineers and have a job, you're just going to...
It's called having a hobby, Peter. Let people do more than one thing. They can tame multitudes.
Side hustle. Yeah.
Side hustle. Okay. They're children. They can have multiple interests.
At least in my book, Carlos goes ahead to try and like stake out to try and get a little bit of information, maybe start like a base camp. And then from there, you either have to try to find Carlos, or you can leave Carlos behind and try to find a Yeti yourself.
Do you have anything about R.N. Runnell, the director of expeditions and mountain research?
Runnell, yeah, there's Runnell.
Okay.
So either you can go to Runnell by yourself, or you can try to find Carlos. And so that's where the book technically kind of starts.
Okay.
So Betsy, what was your first run through like?
Yeah.
I think it was short, actually.
The Montgomerys usually tend to end pretty fast. You run to a wall really fast.
Yeah, I went through eventually I just started counting like how many endings were in this, and there's a lot of ending. Like half these pages I think are the end when you get through them, which is really fascinating.
It says 28 endings on mine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which I think is, at least compared to the originals, it's shorter or less endings than usually. Like there was like 35, like 36. There's like way too many endings in the original. And as the series goes on, they lessen how many endings there are,
which is nice because sometimes it just feels like out of left field. They're like, and there was an alien and it shot you. You're like, what? What the heck?
Yeah, exactly.
Where did that come from?
So what was your first run through, Betsy?
I think my first run through was I think I got eaten by a tiger.
What?
Yeah, which was bizarre. I didn't expect tigers.
So,
but, an 8-foot long tiger finished me.
No.
Yeah.
So you can when you go to Bernal, he's like, hey, the Yetis are kind of dangerous. How about you just go on this tiger expedition instead?
I was just curious to see what the tiger was about. It was about eating me.
So you went on the tiger expedition and the tiger ate you?
I always wonder about like the moral consequences of what you choose. And apparently I'm being punished for not fulfilling the contract of the title of the book. It's not called it's called The Abominable Snowman. And if you are attempting to tiger yourself off to the side, you will be punished.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Oh
I'm sorry. I am finished according to this. Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nope. That'll get you every time. You try to do a side quest.
None of that. Not allowed.
No.
You can't do that and then like circle back or anything. It's not.
No. Side quests, instant death. If you try to play it safe like Peter, usually also instant death. The only way to do it is flip around and find out like Abby. and then you usually succeed.
Find out.
That's how I succeed in life.
Flip around and find out.
Flip around and find out.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to get to your first run through?
Oh, my first run through was epic. My son is obsessed with Yetis and stuff, so he was like really excited about this book. And so as I was doing my first run through, I always like take a little like audio note of what I'm doing, and he was like, "Oh my God, Mom! Oh my God!" So I went after Carlos, right? Because I was like, he's my friend. I'm not going to abandon him because of whatever. I'm not going to meet up with this Runnell guy. So I go after Carlos. We get to the base camp and we can go up or down, right? Go into the glaciers or go down to look for the Yetis in the valley. We go up to the glaciers. Carlos is just like sitting behind a glacier.
Okay.
And I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
It's pre-cell phones. You can't blame them.
That's fair.
Right. And he's like, oh, I got lost. And I'm just like waiting for you. And I was like, oh my God, get up. You're just sitting here doing nothing. So we go back to the base camp. Then the next day we're like, we should probably get some gear. So we go down to a shop and there's a Sherpa guide there. And I was like, oh, I like this guy. Immediately like this guy. And so I asked him to come along with us. And you can decide if you're going to ask him or not. Mm-hmm. And I asked him to come along and he just like starts burning some incense.
Yes. It's a test.
It's a test.
Yeah.
So it's like, he asks you about the incense and it's like, there's 2 sticks and like one is magnolia and one is rose. And I'm like, okay. And so I can like back out of like asking him, or I can just like pick which one I want.
Right. Yes.
And so I do that.
And you automatically pick the right one.
I automatically pick the right one. And then he's like, okay, I'll come with you. You're my master now. And I'm like, I don't, that's a little uncomfy.
Don't use that word.
What's that
word? That was not good.
That's a little weird. But anyway, then he comes along with us and we're like sitting around and we have to decide. Are we going to go to Annapurna or are we going to go to Everest? And I decide we're going to go to Annapurna because it's less explored or whatever. We go there and we're camping out and I'm like, there is this like light up in the mountain and it is shining. I'm sure it's somebody who is in need of help. And so
yes. So you can either
go and investigate it, or you can send your Sherpa guide back down. What is his name again?
Yeah, to get like a helicopter.
Yeah, to get a helicopter. And so I'm like, no, let's go. They could be in need of help right away. If we go get a helicopter, they could be dead by the time we get back. So I think his name is Sardar. Sardar?
I don't remember.
I can't remember. But we go and hike over there. It takes us like all night and into the next day. And we get there and guess what we stumble across? Oh, baby, it is 11 yetis dancing around a fire.
That was in the back of my book. See, I have that. I have 4 dancing yeti. See?
Exactly. I saw it and I took pictures and notes. So not only did I find my best friend Carlos, I found a bunch of dancing yetis celebrating the end of monsoon season.
I love how that one ends. So it says months later in Paris, France, at the International Explorers Conference, you and Carlos are given the highest award for your work.
What?
Success is both exciting and lonely.
What? Mine didn't end that way.
Oh.
Mine ended with me just taking notes and it says, hey, you proved the yetis exist.
Oh, yeah.
I like this one better. Success is so one night you go, it could get dark after that.
Success is both exciting and lonely, Abby.
I don't have a better ending like that. Mine is just happy.
I'm surprised they added that because it feels like a very first draft Montgomery thought and quote. Like he always seems like
he's like, no, that's what I wanted to tell the kids. That's what I really wanted to say.
Success will make you alone, children.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's his real message for the kids. Don't do good in life or you're gonna regret it, kids.
Don't ever be a success.
Oh my God.
You're alone at the top. It's a long way down.
All right,
but I ain't going back, kids. Yeah.
He's trying to tell us how much he misses his friendship with Packard through that one line.
It's all, you got to read between the lines, but it's all there.
It's all there. Oh my God.
All back to the text.
It's so sad.
So I had the best first run through I think I ever had.
Ooh.
So I don't go for Carlos. I go right for Vernal.
Of course.
So
you're like, Vernal, I want to go to a meeting.
So yeah, Vernal is like a bureaucrat in the area. And Vernal is like, hey, don't look for yetis, look for these tigers instead. I think, Betsy, that's where you you got tempted by tigers.
I'm sorry, there were tigers. Now I'm supposed to say no to tigers.
That's fair. That
makes
sense.
Tigers are cool in her defense, Peter. So
yeah, very cool.
Tigers are cool. So I'm like, no, Vernal, I'm here for yetis. And he's like, well, fine, but can I come too? And I was like, well, fine, you can come too. And then you're hiking up with a bunch of people, and Vernal is like, hey, the reason I'm here is because I know the secret of the yetis. Do you want to come? Do you want to keep going? And you can turn back, but I keep going. And then so you go to this monk sanctuary, and they're kind of like the guardians of the Yeti. And so once again, one of the monks is like, hey, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. If you don't want the secrets of the Yetis, turn back now. And I'm like, hey, I'm here for some Yetis. I turned away tigers. You know, I'm all in or nothing. And then so, you know, you accept the secret knowledge. And then so the monk basically like opens up a door and there's like a Yeti like right there. His name is Zodak.
Okay.
And then so Zodak takes you outside and you start flying with the Yeti. You start flying with Zodak.
And there's a wonderful picture with it. Yeah. Where you're like floating off the ground. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's
I don't
how
know
Yeti
flying Yeti part.
So yeah, you're flying with your Yeti friend. And then all of a sudden he like disappears and he's like, well, where's Zodak, my friend? You end up in Shangri-La.
Yeah.
Which
that makes sense.
No, Shangri-La is kind of like this made up place. It's kind of like a paradise.
It was a movie.
And a poem.
It wasn't like a book first?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah.
It was made up by some guy named...
It's called Shangri-La. It's called something else. What's the movie book called? Oh,
are you thinking of Xanadu?
No, but that would be awesome. No.
So it's a made up place like from the 30s. It's not even that old, but it's kind of like an Atlantis, like a mythical location. So you end up in Shangri-La.
Brigadoon,
yes, it's basically Brigadoon. So then Zodak reappears, and all of a sudden he becomes you. So the Yeti transforms into you, and you're looking at yourself.
Oh my gosh.
And then so you just hang out in Shangri-La, and then Montgomery's like, hey, do you want to go back? Go back to the real world? And it's not an option. You have to go back.
Oh.
And then so it's really odd the way he phrases it.
Yeah, I saw
Lost Horizon, by the way, was the 30s movie. Lost Horizon.
Oh, okay, very nice.
Cool.
I knew it wasn't called Shangri-La. So, yeah.
And then so yeah, you have to go back to the real world. And so this is how Montgomery phrases it. One last chance, is that it? Is that what you want? Okay, you're on. Again, very Montgomery wording, trying to be hip, I feel.
All right, baby, you're on. What?
But again, it wasn't a choice. Like, I didn't choose to leave. He's making me leave. So out of the valley of Shangri-La and back to the real world. Is it different? Can you do whatever you want? Can you fulfill your dreams? Can you enjoy your life completely? Or must you be content within limits? The end.
This is such a weird page. It was just a page of questions. And I'm like, I don't know the answers to any of these. What?
So I think...
Was he just musing to himself?
I don't know. Montgomery tries to do that. Like, he tries to, like, make it kind of 2001 Space Odyssey, trying to make it, like, philosophical, a little trippy. But that's not what kids come to these books for.
What are you doing, Dave?
So, you come here for adventure and, see Yetis, find Yetis.
You did get to fly. In the defense, you did fly with a Yeti.
I did fly with a Yeti, but...
flew with a Yeti, so...
Which is not the weirdest thing that happens in this book.
No, it's not.
No, that's on the scale of weirdness, that's like a 5.5. Yeah.
Out of...
10.
6.
Oh. Fair enough.
Oh, no.
So what do you think tops the scale of weirdness?
Alien cats.
Yes.
100% the alien cats.
Have you not get the aliens?
I did not get alien cats.
So that might be new.
Cats?
That's not in here.
They have the planet of the seas in the void of the 7 moons. You didn't get the planet of the seas in the void of the 7 moons?
What page around that is? Because
78-ish.
Yeah.
You don't have a bizarre Cinderella pumpkin-esque face?
No. That's not.
So again, this might be a big change from the re-release to
the original. The problem with
this I see a Planet of the Seas.
Not enough aliens.
Okay. I just didn't get to
They always shoehorn aliens into these for no reason. So Betsy, do you want to explain?
Please. How did you
get alien cats?
Please
I'm not sure how you get to the alien cats.
This
is one of those cases where I was just flipping around and I was like, oh, tell me more about the alien cats.
Oh my God.
So I believe it's because I reverse engineered this one. Okay. So you are looking for Carlos, and then all of a sudden you kind of stumble upon this clearing, and from there you find the alien cat. So do you want to explain from there?
Yes, though I just skipped through it all. So yes, you meet these alien cats, and at first you're a little worried that they're going to be mean, but then they invite you to come with them to the planet of the seeds of the void of the seven moons. You can go or you can not go. I chose to go because alien cats.
Yeah.
So you say you'll go, and they're like, "Great, you're totally going to have to leave your body behind." And you're like, "What now?"
Oh my God, pet your tum-tum.
It's okay. Now you're just a mind. And then you go to the pumpkin-shaped mechanical transporter.
What?
Which, for whatever reason, has a bunch of human faces looking out of it. Not entirely happy, by the way. Even though you left your body behind, somehow they seem to have theirs. I'm not sure what it is. And
the windows are made out of corpses. God.
Yes. Well, it reminds me of, you remember that old Twilight Zone, To Serve Man, where the aliens are taking people away and they're kind of staring out the window. That's what this is. You whirl away, confident that one day you will return wiser and better able to help others in a world where the going is rough, which I love that phrasing so much. It's so mild. It's like things are terrible on the planet. No, on this planet, the going's rough. Maybe we can get some alien knowledge to solve it all. Was this Montgomery's plan? Is this why he always put aliens in his books, just in the hope that we'll get alien help to solve all our
Possibly. So and the transport is pumpkin shaped, really for no reason. So that's if you decide to go with them. If you don't want to go with them, they try to abduct you, and then you pick up a rock and try to throw it at them, and then almost on cue, yetis come out of nowhere with spears and they murder the alien cats.
Oh my God! What?
And from there, you try to communicate with the yetis and you form a bond.
And that's it, though, right? It just ends.
That's how it ends.
It's like, now you got the yetis. Boop, 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 boop. It's like,
what a wacky adventure! Oh my God.
Thanks for the murder, friends.
Yes.
I mean, what brings a guy and his yeti together faster than joint murder
of alien cats? And I must say, the timing on this is very good, because I just saw the Marvels movie last night.
Ooh, how was it?
It's very good, but if you like alien cats,
I do.
Boy, let me tell you, that is like wall-to-wall alien cats, the movie. So, yes, a lot of cats.
That's what I'm saying. Number one, I don't want to give up my body, because how am I going to snuggle with the alien cats?
Well, precisely.
And number two,
these are kind of hard,
literally, if you're taking my body and leaving just my mind, I have anxiety, babe. Leaving my mind is that's like leaving me with the worst part about myself.
That's why I listen to podcasts nonstop, so I don't have to think. That's probably why you're listening to this right now.
I just want to know where the body is put. I just want it in a safe space.
Well, I mean, think about it. When people are unalive in their home and they have a cat, if you don't feed your cat, it will start eating your body.
Will my cat eat my eyeballs? Correct.
Yes, man.
Well, those are all alien cats, and you go off to
they're
them.
metal.
And
they don't
num you. There's stuff on the internet about it. Num num num.
I think I'm cutting this out.
Nope.
But that I would say is not the weirdest thing in this book.
No.
Because I'm going to propose that the unicorn Yeti
the weirdest one.
may be the strangest.
I agree. That was my weirdest.
I don't think the unicorns get explained.
Yeah, it was so that was an ending that I got to, where it was okay, you're trying to find Carlos, he's missing, and you get up to this point in the mountains, and you can keep going or turn back. It's there's yetis who are kind of leading you along, and you're trying to follow them because you know that they have Carlos, and it's at a point where it's you can go through this door or you can not go through the door. And it's of course I'm going to go through the door. Why would I not go through the door? Why would I go around the side like a weirdo? So you go through the door, and it's goes into hollow earth, essentially. which is a very Godzilla concept. And there's like a little boy in there. And he's like, hey, we've been waiting for you. Carlos is in here with all the Yetis and stuff. And then you go down there and it's like, Carlos is with these Yetis who like morph into unicorns and then morph into Buddhas and then morph back into Yetis and then morph back into unicorns. Like they're every mythical creature ever.
Trippy.
Yeah. Because that's then Carlos is there and he's like, hey buddy, what's up? You've reached heaven on earth. Congrats.
And Carlos is just there.
Yeah, he's just there. He's like, I got here too. Yeah. You reached it through trials and tribulations. They just took me here.
But again, that's a very Montgomery thing where it's like sometimes you just luck into the solution, and other times like you really have to like work towards it.
Mm-hmm. That was a weird one.
But again, what is Montgomery trying to say with that? Where like
that Earth is hollow, and that there are mythical creatures in the middle of it.
But all mythical creatures are the same, though.
I mean, Journey to the the Earth, right? So
yeah.
Oh, fair enough. But I don't like the idea that all mythical creatures are just one being.
Well, they're not one being. There's a lot of them, but they morph into different stuff.
Right, but then they're all one central thing.
Sure.
Though. So because it seems like you're kind of like, I don't know, appropriating different.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, especially the Buddha is one of the things that they're,
yes, that's a good point.
Unicorns and Yeti and Buddha. It's
right.
Nope.
Mythical creature.
Yeah,
religious figure.
Squidgy territory.
Yeah. I know. That's like the thing about these ones that I'm just like, sometimes they get into territory where you're like, oh, honey, no, just stick with white people stuff. It's okay.
Yeah, that's right. We're fine with that. We're fine.
For some reason, the Packard ones don't usually run into those problems. Every once in a while it does, but the Packard ones age pretty decently, considering they're written in the 80s. Like,
well, I think
and the Montgomerys don't.
He really tries to just go just super weird with them a lot of the time.
Yeah,
so like,
you get the feeling it's like 2 a.m. and he's just trying to finish a book and he's just aliens. I don't know, unicorns. Put it all in there. Put it all in there. Yeah,
right. So yeah, I don't know.
Well, and also I feel like from the author bio, Montgomery liked to travel a lot. So I think like he was a world traveler. I believe he visited this region at some point. So I think.
He thought he was a worldly man.
Yes, well, I think he meant it as appreciation, but often it comes up as appropriation.
Well, he does attempt to teach. I mean, he has like some actual facts in here, which is the Himalayas form a great natural wall between India and China. Yeah, so he does try to do some stuff.
Yeah, and there's the different elevations he talks about.
Right.
Yeah, but I get the distinct impression that he was a huge Indiana Jones fan.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like 100%. So
1,000,000%.
He was trying to extend that brand in his own way. So.
Definitely.
There was an offshoot of the Choose Your Own Adventure books where they did both Star Wars and they did Indiana Jones licensed Choose Your Own Adventure books. So at some point we might have to do those. Those might be harder to track down, but
I will track them down.
But you have to track it down like Indiana Jones style, where like you have to like swap the idol.
Oh yeah.
You have to switch out an Indiana Jones Choose Your Own Adventure with, I don't know, some cheap paperback that you've.
Yeah, it'll be like a Hardy Boys that I'll just like.
Or it'd be like Garfield Volume 33.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even better. That's much better. Yeah.
It'll be a Far Side comic book.
Yeah. The weight ratio has to be the same.
Well, then let's just get to choose your own ending. So for this part, we talk about just some of our favorite weird deaths. We already talked about a bunch because there were some very odd deaths. But did you pick anything, choose anything that we didn't talk about yet?
I have 2. So this is a struggle for me. One was when I go to try to find Carlos. If you go up into the, glaciers, you find him. But if you don't, if you go down into the valley, you find like an old woman and you can talk to her, and she tells you to either, like Carlos said, to wait at the base camp. And
or she says that, hey, Carlos went off with a Yeti.
Yes, she said, and she basically says, your friend went off the Yeti. So
and you haven't seen a Yeti at this point yet.
So you can either obey her message and climb back up to the base camp, or you can ignore her and go look for Carlos. The first time through, I was like, I'm ignoring her. I'm going to go look for my friend. Like, that's one of the things that I came here to do, is find Carlos. So I did. I flipped to page 14, and I was immediately like, okay, I'm going down this trail. I'm going to find my bro. And the very next page that you flip to, there are three Yetis aiming a cannon at you. And you're like, what? You turn the curve in the path. They're aiming an ancient bronze cannon at you. One of them touches a light to the fuse, and that's the last thing you remember. Boom.
Here's the thing, Abby, because that was my favorite ending too. But for the re-releases, they add a part to it. So same thing. You meet the old woman, and she tells you about Carlos, and she went off with a Yeti. So same thing. You can run into the bronze cannon. It doesn't take long. Around one turn, there's a band of creatures that can only be Yeti. They're aiming an ancient bronze cannon at you. One of them touches the light to the fuse. And then it keeps going.
What?
Because it says, that is the last thing you remember until you wake up in your own bed. It must have been that awesome triple-decker with mustard, anchovies, and chocolate syrup.
Shut up. That is such ferocious.
That was so strange. I was like, it's all a dream ending? I didn't even know we still did those.
No.
So that was page 32, Betsy. At least it is in my copy.
Horrible.
Yeah, it is. It's 32. Yeah, and I'm sorry, no human being in this history of the world has ever had a triple-decker. Triple-decker what?
Exactly. I don't know if it's like a triple-decker sundae or like
the mustard and the anchovies, I'm with you so far. And then he gets the chocolate syrup, and I'm like, no.
It's like a Scooby-Doo sandwich.
This had some weird cheese. Yeah. You lost me here. You lost me on your stupid, it was all a dream ending.
My other horrible ending that I need to mention was when you go down to the shop after you find Carlos, and go talk to the Sherpa. You can either offer that he comes along with you, or you can say like, nah, I'm going to talk to Carlos or whatever. So he at one point, tries to stab you with a pickaxe.
I don't know if I got that.
Yeah. And if you, then if he tries to stab you with a pickaxe, you, get away from him. But then he a bunch of other guys come into the store, and they're, trying to basically, get you to smuggle drugs out of the country.
What is it? What's the exact wordage for that?
Hashish.
Oh, okay.
He points at packages wrapped in brown paper. It's probably hashish, you think.
Wow.
What an awful position to be in. What do you do now?
Become a mutant.
So am I going to help these men smuggle drugs out of Nepal or not?
How does that one end?
Well, you have to get Carlos to help you.
What does he do?
So you either write the note to Carlos or refuse. I wrote a note to Carlos because I was like, what the heck is happening? So I wrote the note to Carlos, and then you give him the note, and you can either, they're like, what does the map mean? And then you're like, oh, they have German accents too, which I'm like, what the heck is going on?
That's cool.
So you can make up a weird story about the map.
Okay.
Or you can insist that you know nothing. So I make up a weird story about the map, and the story is insane. It's like, I'm the prince of a tribe of superior beings from the lost continent of Atlantis, and I live under the sea, and we're going to a planet.
And then you also say the Yetis are aliens, and then you connect with them. Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, sure. And then then you're cut down.
Then you pull out your knife, you cut the ropes, and this whole tent falls on them, and you get away.
So then, Betsy, what was it for ours then? Because I didn't reach.
No, that's what it is. That's how you get away. I don't know what it was.
The beginning.
Sure I remember hashish. I don't know what it is they're trying to get you to do, but it's not.
Okay.
Hashish.
It's definitely not drugs.
That would have stuck out. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know anything else. It was the weirdest insertion of drugs into a children's choose your own adventure book.
That's never happened before.
No. And that's why I was like, I got to talk about the drugs. What the heck? Why are we talking about hash?
I found it I found the section. So he points at the packages wrapped in brown paper. What's in it, you wonder? This is an awful position to be in, so you don't speculate what's in the brown paper packages.
Okay.
So they kept it, they just didn't specify what it was.
Exactly.
Okay.
Didn't say.
They also kept the illustration, or I guess they added an illustration of a man with a gun pointed at you, which I don't think they would necessarily do today, but back in 2006, okay.
You just didn't have drugs in yours. I got the nasty version. I got the dirty version.
You did.
1982, baby. 10-year-olds get to learn about drugs.
Hashish specifically, which is kind of adorable.
Yes. Oh my.
So Betsy, did you have a favorite death?
I don't know. I like any of the endings where you get to see Yeti. Generally, there are two in particular. They keep the illustrator that they got for the newer edition really liked giving Yeti eyelashes. Was just 100% on board. Like that's just a lovely Yeti right there.
Yas, girl.
I'm just, it doesn't call it
a little bit of a glow
a he or a she, but I can assume. And in this one, it just says we don't want anything to do with you and breaks your pickaxe. In the other one, you're grabbed by a bunch of Yeti, and then it hints that it's going to be kind of like a weird, like zoo-like situation for the well, thank you for coming here. We thought it'd be nice to study you, and it would have been hard for us to travel to your country. And I'm assuming this is going to be the ending where like you're studied in a zoo by the Yeti for the rest of your life. No, they just walk off, and then you didn't get a picture, and you vow to continue your search for life. For your search for life forms in the remote regions of our planet. Boop, 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 boop. So, not the most long ending, but I do like that you get to see Yetis in both of those. So
yeah, there was a lot of Yetis in this, but it just wasn't a whole lot of adventure.
Yeah. See, none of my Yetis were
it's not a lot of. There's no. Is there a single avalanche?
There is one, but it's very anticlimactic.
Yeah. I had an avalanche, but
because it happens,
boring.
And then but you automatically are fine. The wordage even is like miraculously you're fine.
Yeah,
and the avalanche is the snow version of quicksand. You have to have a big, scene to go with it. But
I know
you have to be buried alive.
Avalanches are the quicksand of snow.
Yeah, it's a quicksand.
Is what Betsy, a direct BETSY BIRD quote.
That's the taken away from this entire podcast. Exactly.
So yeah, there's only one avalanche, but it's not really a choice. It just happens to you, and it's fine. There's also one cave-in possibility where the Yetis cave you in. That wasn't a possible ending, but that was just
you're not chased by a snow leopard. You're not.
No.
There's a lot of possibilities here, but could have been an angry yak.
Yeah. Oh, at one point,
barreled you off the side of a cliff.
Like a oxen in the area, but its horns get ripped off by a Yeti.
Oh.
I don't know.
All right.
And then they use them to point you down the path.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, like breadcrumbs. The grossest breadcrumbs in the world.
Little bloody breadcrumbs.
Well, thanks for coming on today, Betsy.
Well, thanks for having me. This was a blast. I really
Let's talk about some of your projects. So, Fusionated Cakes is an amazing podcast. I describe it to a lot of my coworkers as how did this get made for children's books. It's so funny. It's you do such a good job with it. So, do you want to explain the show to anyone that doesn't know?
Oh, sure. The entire premise of the show is that I know way too much about children's books and my sister knows nothing about them. So when she moved back to the Chicago area, I said, hey, let's do a podcast where we look at a picture book and it's a relatively well-known, maybe a little more obscure sometimes, maybe more famous other times, but I'll give it to her and I'll be like, this is called Where the Wild Things Are. And she'll be like, let's see if it's any good. And then, and then we'll meet back up and then she will say whether or not, what she noticed in her read. And then we will determine if it deserves to be considered a classic or not. Now, they have to be at least 20 years old, these books, to be even under consideration for classic status. And so that's the gist of it.
It's a very good show. It's also a good one, just like a flip around too, like just a book that or always wanted to read. Yeah, it's always a hoot. I recommend it to a lot of people.
Very kind of you to say.
Oh, well, sure. I genuinely like your show. And then also your book that came out 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah. Now it's been 2 years.
Long Road to the Circus.
Yes, that was my first book, right?
Yeah, I loved. I remember reading that. I loved it so much.
Thank you.
It's very much like Mr. Popper's Penguins.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, kind of like a
classic. So definitely flightless birds were involved.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
So very good.
But it seems like I mean this as a compliment. It feels like a book out of time almost. Like it could have been written like in the 50s or 60s and still like what's the word?
Relevant?
Thank you. It's still relevant today.
Thank you. Oh, that's very nice of you to say. Yeah.
So do you want to describe that book really quick?
Sure. It's illustrated by David Small. Just as a quick background, David Small was my local illustrator when I was a kid. And then it turned out that he was living in the house of this woman that my grandmother's no good uncle would visit because an elderly ex-circus performer lived there. And he would go there. In real life, he went there to figure out how to train farm horses how to do tricks. But in my story, he's going there to help train. She also did keep, her name was Madame Morantat. She was a real person. And she kept ostriches. And she actually, to this day, has 2 world records that have never been beaten. One is she still has the high jump record on a horse side saddle. It has never been beaten. And she has the record for being pulled in a cart by a horse and an ostrich, the furthest.
Yes.
Because no one else has ever figured out how to do that because ostriches are stupid. So I just took this family story. I took the fact that David Small lived in her house, and I went to him and I was like, let's do a book together. And he was like, eh. And I was like, how about a picture book? Because I did not know. Apparently every single person who he meets is like, here's my Madame Morantat book for you to do. And he's always like, eh. But I was the first person to bring up ostriches. And that was what he liked. And I said, picture book. And he counteracted with novel. And I was like, all right. And so I wrote a novel, which he was not expecting. Ha ha ha. And he did it. And
called his bluff.
I called his bluff. And I actually liked it, which helped. And we made the book together.
Awesome. It's a good read. Good for kiddos. And it's just good for anyone, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you so much for coming on to our very, very silly show.
It's super serious sometimes.
Oh, sure. I'm sure when you have the serious Choose Your Own Adventure books.
Well, thanks for choosing us today, everybody. Make sure that you subscribe us on the Apple Podcasts, and make sure that you follow us on Instagram because Abby's going to post a bunch of photos, I'm sure, from her book.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to take some pictures of you guys as yassified yetis because mine are just, generic mountain men. And yours are glam.
You got amazing hair.
Yes. I had like a blowout.
Mm-hmm. Made a day of it.
Right. I mean, treat yourself.
Well, oh boy. Thanks for choosing us today, everybody. My name is Peter. I'm a librarian.
My name's Abby. I'm also a librarian.
And?
I'm Betsy Bird. I'm also a librarian.
Hey! We got it. Well, thanks for tuning in today, everybody. See you next time.
Bye.